Well, shalom, shalom to the house of Israel. Well, thank you. We are Israelite Nation Assembly. Thank you for letting us come into your homes. We have already done our prayer. We're getting ready to go into our law reading and then into our lesson. Brother Iris coming with that.
All right, today we're going to be in Deuteronomy 22, and we're going to go all the way to verses 12. And we're going to start off verses 1 through 3, and it reads, Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. And if thy brother be not near unto thee, or if thou know him not, then thou shalt bring it unto thy own house. And it shall be with thee until thy brother seek after it, and thou shalt restore it to him again. In like manner shalt thou do with his ass, and so shalt thou do with his raiment, and with all lost thing of thy brothers, which he have lost, and thou hast found. Shalt thou do likewise, that thou mayest not hide thyself. If your brother, an Israelite, loses something of his and you find it, you are required to return it to him, even if you don't know him. You can precept that with Exodus 23 and 4. The next is verse 4, and it reads, Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help them to lift them up again. If your brother is in distress, help him. You can precept that with Exodus 23 and 5. Next is verse 5, and it reads, The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Most High Yah. Men wear clothes meant for men, and women wear clothes meant for women. No androgyny. Precept that with 1 Timothy 2 and 9, 1 Peter 3 and 3. Next is verses 6 and 7, and it reads. Next is verses 6 and 7, and it reads, If a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way in any tree, or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, or the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young. But thou shalt in any wise let the dam go, and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days. Leave the hen so she can lay more eggs, but we can eat the eggs and yard bark. So you can precept that with
I used to wonder that, didn't I?
Yeah, you can eat the eggs, you know what I mean? It's clean food. The next one is verses Deuteronomy 22 and 8, and it reads, When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, that thou bring not blood upon thy house, if any man fall from this. A battlement is a balcony, is what we call a balcony today. That's what a battlement is. You know, it's just in case somebody step out, you know, they don't want nobody to, slip and fall and kill themselves. So the next one is verse 9. And it reads, Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled. Do not blend your seed. We should not be making hybrid foods or whatever. That's what that means. Do not blend the seeds. Or if your land be defiled, that's the only way you can plant something different. And talking to my elder, everything has a specific place and purpose in that place. So you can precept that with Leviticus 19 and 19. Next, we're going to go to Deuteronomy 22 and 11, and it reads, Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together. Do not mix fabrics, such as silk, cotton, and wool. You know, wool comes from the sheep. Silk comes from a silkworm. That's where it comes from. You can look it up. Cotton, you know, we've been picking. So, you can also precept that with Leviticus 19 and 19. Next, the last one we're going to do is verses 12 in Deuteronomy 22, and it reads, Thou shalt make the fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself. And this one, we should know this one, that is, you can precept that with Numbers 15. You can read verses 30 through 41. This gives an extensive definition or reasoning why we wear fringes. Also, you can go to Luke 8:44 and Matthew 23 and 5. It'll tell you you can go to different translations. In the KJV, it's going to say the bottom of his garment, you know, the Habashah, the bottom of his garment or whatever. But when you look at different translations, it will say fringe. So if your Messiah wore fringes, guaranteed it was a border of blue on them fringes. So that's it for today's law reading.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We can only just be hearers of Yah's word, but we must be doers as well. And we come every week and we read the laws of Yah so we can hide his word in our hearts. All right? All right, so we'll get off into the lesson. All right? 666, man of sin revealed. 666, the man of sin revealed. I want to go to this article first. So we're going to read this article and then we're going to go further.
62 people have been killed in mass shootings in 2019 alone.
So we just had two so-called mass killings just a week ago, right? But now we want to go through how many there's been this year. This 62 may have some Israelites in it. I'm not sure. I didn't go that far into it. But guarantee the majority of these 62 people are white folks. We do have, however, some Hispanics that was just killed in the Walmart shooting just a week or so ago. That's included in this number. But we're gonna read down and you're gonna see what the point I'm trying to make.
62 people have been killed in mass shootings in 2019 alone. America is reeling after two mass shootings resulted in 31 fatalities in 2 states over a span of less than 24 hours. 22 people were killed in a shooting at Walmart in El Paso, Texas on Saturday, and 9 victims shot dead in Dayton, Ohio in the early mornings of Sunday. These are not the first mass shootings in the United States this year either. Over the previous months, other mass shootings have rocked the nation from Sebring, Florida to Gilroy, California. In 2019 alone, at least 62 people have been killed in mass shootings. The definition varies, but for the purpose of this list, time is defining a mass shooting as a shooting at a public place in which at least 3 victims were killed. 37 years of mass shootings in the United States in one chart. The total does not reflect several high-profile shootings this year.
How many it's been?
It's been 37 years of mass shootings in the United States.
37 years of mass shootings.
Right. The total does not reflect several high-profile shootings this year, including the late July shootings that killed 2 people at a southern Mississippi Walmart, or the shooting at Poway, California's synagogue in April, in which 60-year-old Lori Kay was killed and 3 others were wounded. And the total does not reflect mass killings that took place this year outside the U.S., like the shootings at 2 mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand in March that left 51 people dead.
There's 51 people who killed in the mosque by an assassin in Australia, right?
Yeah. In New Zealand.
New Zealand.
New Zealand. The El Paso is the deadliest since the November 2017 Southern Springs, Texas church shooting. It is deadlier than the shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida in February 2018, which left 17 students and staff members dead. The 2017 Las Vegas shootings, which killed 58 people, remains the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. Here's an account of the mass shootings of 2019. January 23rd, Sebring, Florida, 5 dead. January 24th, State College, Pennsylvania, 3 dead, 1 wounded. February 15th, Aurora, Illinois, 5 dead, 6 wounded. May 31st, Virginia Beach, Virginia, 12 dead, 4 wounded. June 23rd, Abbeville, South Carolina, 3 dead, 1 wounded.
This is all this year.
July 28th, Gilroy, California, 3 dead, 15 wounded. August 3rd, El Paso, Texas, 22 killed, 24 wounded. August 4th, Dayton, Ohio, 9 dead, 14 wounded.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So we wanted to read this article just to get your mind ready for what the lesson is going to be about. All of these mass killings have been perpetrated by the so-called white man. All of them. There's rarely a time where you can find an Israelite committing said atrocity or committing a so-called mass killing. Right? Do y'all agree? Y'all agree with that? Mm-hmm. All right. So the so-called white man, the Edomite, has been the most cataclysmic event on the face of the earth. There's nothing he hasn't touched. There's nothing he hasn't destroyed. There's no country he hasn't meddled in. He is the ultimate liar and the deceiver. Read John 10 and 10. So we're gonna identify who the man is saying this today.
John 10 and 10 reads, "The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly."
Read it again.
John 10 and 10 reads,
Watch this.
"The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy."
So Yahushua is specific in what he's saying. He didn't say a thief comes. He didn't say a thief comes. He said the thief comes. He's identifying someone. The thief comes, not a thief comes. If he said a thief comes, that could mean anybody, right? But he said the. It's like saying the thief. That one, like we say ha shaitan, right? We say the Satan or ha Messiah, right? The Messiah, right? He said the thief. He's identifying someone specifically. The thief comes. The thief comes. Read.
"I am come that they might have life,
That he comes that we might have life more.
and that they might have it more abundantly."
And they might have it more abundantly. So people will say that perhaps that the white man down through the years, the so-called white man or Esau, has changed. That he's no longer in the same frame of mind, right? I want to submit to Israel today, this man has never, ever changed. Let me give you a couple of statistics from the Civil Rights Memorial. The Civil Rights Memorial from 1954 to 1968, there were over 115 killings, murders, from 1954 to 1968, the leaders of the so-called civil rights movement were killed and murdered by white people. And nearly a one were prosecuted behind it. Nearly a one was prosecuted behind it. You had the high profile, the most profile one was Martin Luther King, but the white man that went to jail for, he said he didn't do it. So there's a lot of conspiracy stuff behind that, right? But nearly a one out of this 115 people that were killed in the civil rights movement, I'm talking about the leaders of the civil rights movement, 115 of them from 1954 to 1968, there was almost no prosecutions. Almost none. They won't hold themselves guilty for it, right? Let's not forget Fred Hampton. He wasn't a part of the civil rights movement, but he was a part of the Black Panther Party, right? Fred Hampton was a 21-year-old man who was murdered in his bed as he slept. The Chicago PD, in conjunction with the FBI, came in and murdered him as he slept. Murdered him as he slept. So some people want to say, those folks are not the same. They changed. It's not everybody. We're going to see, according to the scripture, what the Bible says. All right? All right. Give me Habakkuk 2 and 4. Habakkuk 2 and 4.
Habakkuk 2, verse 4.
Read on down to verse 5.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Is what?
Behold, his soul which is lifted up
His soul that is lifted up
is not upright in him.
is not upright in him.
But the just shall live by his faith.
But the just shall live by faith. How do I know that this is the white man? Read on.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth with wine, he is a proud man.
He's a proud man.
He neither keepeth at home.
He don't stay in his own business. He don't stay at home. He's in everybody's land. Read.
Who enlarges his desire as hell.
Come on.
And is as death. And cannot be satisfied.
He can't be satisfied. He got to have more money, more oil, more gold, more Jews, more diamonds, more people to enslave and oppress. Come on.
But gathers unto him all nations, and heaps unto him all people.
He heaps to himself all people. We gotta have everybody around. I mean, everybody's land. Ruling, running, making war, and oppressing everybody. In Psalms 58 and 3.
Psalms 58 and 3 reads, the wicked are estranged from the womb.
Read it again.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
The wicked, the Bible says, are estranged from the womb. Somebody give me no, if you can give me the definition on estranged. I want to read the definition on estranged. Estranged, yes. E-S-T-R-A-N-G-E-D. Estranged. The wicked, the Bible says, are estranged from the womb. So the Bible is talking about a specific people or a specific person, right? The wicked are estranged from the womb. Come on. Read the definition. Come on, read it.
Of a person no longer closer or affectionate to someone.
Read it. What is it?
Of a person no longer close or affectionate to somebody, alienated.
What is the last one?
Alienated.
What is the last one? Read it louder.
Alienated.
So the wicked, as soon as they're born, becomes alienated from the world. As soon as they leave their mother's womb, they are aliens to the planet Earth. They are estranged and become estranged when they are born. They become estranged. or alien to the planet, meaning you don't belong here. You don't belong here. Read.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
They go astray as soon as they be born. Come on.
Speaking lies.
Speaking lies. Give me the definition of astray. Give me the definition of astray. Money. Astray. So they are estranged from the womb, meaning they are alienated, or they are aliens to the earth as soon as they are born. And the scripture also says in the very same verse that they go astray. So we want to see what astray means.
A personal animal that has strayed.
A what?
A person or animal that has strayed.
A person or an animal that has strayed. Is that all?
Yeah. The second definition is law. Say a domestic animal as a horse or a sheep found wandering or without an owner.
Without an owner. Astray meaning they don't belong. They don't belong. They are estranged. They are astray. And as soon as they're born, they speak lies. So guess what? When that little Edomite baby is born, wah, 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 is lie, lie, lie. As soon as they're born, they crying and lying at the same time. Now, how do I know that Edom is the wicked that we're talking about? Right? How do I know that, right? Go to, give me Malachi 1 and 4. Oh, you want to go to verse 4? All right, go to verse 4.
Psalms 58 and 4 reads, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stopped her ear.
They're like the deaf adder that stopped her ear. Go to Malachi 1 and 4. Yeah. Okay.
Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
Come on.
Thus saith the Most High of Hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
They're going to call them what?
The border of wickedness.
That's how I know the wicked, as we're talking about in Psalms, is the same wicked that we're talking about right here. Same wicked. Come on.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Most High have indignation forever.
I ran into somebody that says, we was going over the Jacob I have loved, Esau I have hated scripture, and they said, but that's just Esau. It didn't say it hated everybody. And we took him right there. Read the bottom of that again.
The people against whom the Most High.
The what? Read it again.
The people.
The people. It didn't say the person. The people. Come on.
Against whom the Most High hath indignation forever.
The people I have indignation for forever. Come on.
And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Most High will be magnified from the border of Israel.
So now that we laid a little bit of foundation here, let's move on to 2 Thessalonians 2. And yes, 2 Thessalonians start 2 and start at verse 1.
2 Thessalonians 2, verse 1 reads, now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of Yahushua, our Messiah, and by our gathering together unto him,
Watch this.
that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Yahushua is at hand.
The day is at hand. This is speaking of the last days. It's at hand. Verse 3. Watch this.
Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come.
That day, what day is it speaking of?
Except,
the day of vengeance. The day of vengeance is not going to come. Watch this. Except what?
except there come a falling away first,
Except there be a falling away first. Come on.
and that man of sin be revealed.
All right, stop. There's two things that has to happen before the great day of Yah, before the vengeance of Yah comes. and before salvation comes. There's two things that must happen first. One, there must be a fall. Two, the man of sin must be revealed as to who he is, what is his nature, and how to deal with that man of sin. That must be a revelation. That must come first before salvation comes. Two things must happen. So there's two falls. The Bible sometimes often talks with double wisdom. With double wisdom. There's double in its meaning. Let's get that. Let's get Job 11:6. Let's get that Job 11:6.
Job 11, verse 6. And that he would show thee the secrets of wisdom.
He's going to show us the secrets of wisdom in this Bible. Come on.
That they are double to that which is.
That they are double in their meaning. Doubled in their meaning. So you can go get scripture for one to get an understanding for one thing, but you can go get that same scripture to get understanding on another thing. The double in wisdom, the double in understanding. Right? All right, let's go back to Thessalonians. Go ahead.
And that he would show thee the secrets of wisdom.
And he will show us the secrets of wisdom.
That they are double to that which is. Know therefore that Yah exacteth of thee less than thine iniquity deserves.
And he doesn't kill you immediately for what you deserve. He gives you less punishment than what you actually should be getting. Right, that's mercy. All right, let's go back to Thessalonians.
2 Thessalonians 2, verse 3 reads, Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Falling away must come first, come on.
And that man of sin be revealed.
Come on, who is he?
The son of perdition.
The man of sin is also called the son of perdition. The son of hell, the son of destruction, the son of perdition. Give me Luke 21 and 24. Let's see what that falling away is. Because there's two types of falling away. Two types.
Luke 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
What shall they do?
They shall fall by the edge of the sword.
And we did fall by the edge of the sword. Come on.
And shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
So we see here, this is where the physical fall happened. This was an event. The physical fall happened when we fell by the sword and we were led into captivity. That is physical. That is physical. That's what happened. We fell. It happened. All right? We have been led in captivity and we are in captivity, right? All right. All right. Let's see the spiritual side of that now. Remember, it's double in meaning. Let's get Luke 8 and 8:5. Start at verse 5. I think I want to go down to verse 15, but I'm not sure.
Luke 8 and 5 down to 15 reads, A sower went out to sow his seed, and as he sowed, some fell by the wayside.
Some what?
Some fell by the wayside.
This is the spiritual meaning of falling. A sower went out to what? Sow his seed.
And as he sowed, some fell by the wayside.
Some fell by the wayside. Come on.
And it was trodden down.
And it was trodden down.
And the fowls of the air devoured.
Read.
And some fell upon a rock.
Come on.
And as soon as it was sprung up, it withered away. Because it lacked moisture.
Because it lacked moisture. Come on.
And some fell among thorns.
And some fell among thorns. This is a spiritual falling. This is not a physical falling. This is a spiritual falling. Come on.
And the thorns sprang up with it and choked it. And other fell on good ground and sprang up and bare fruit an hundredfold. And when he said these things, he cried, He that hath ears to hear, let him hear.
Read on.
And his disciples asked him, saying, What might this parable be? And he said, unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of Yah, but to others in parables, that seeing they might not see.
The seeing they may not see, because some are not elected to see. Some are not of this fold. They're not elected to see. Come on.
And hearing they might not understand.
Come on.
Not the parable is this. The seed is the word of Yah.
The seed is the word of Yah. Come on.
Those by the wayside are they that hear. Then cometh the devil and taketh away the word out of their hearts.
See, this happens all the time. People come into the knowledge of the truth of who they are. You go on YouTube, you go into some craziness and some nonsense, and then guess what? Fell by the wayside. That word, that sincere milk of the word that was dropped down in you is snatched out. This is another form of falling away. Another form of falling away. Read.
Lest they should believe and be saved. They on the rock are they which then they hear. Receive the word with joy, and these have no root, which for a while believe, and in time of temptation fall away.
They do what?
In time of temptation,
in time of temptation and trouble, they fall away. They can't last. They can't endure. They can't hang. They fall away. Come on.
And that which fell among thorns are they which they have heard go forth and are choked with the cares and riches and pleasures of this life.
Are falling away. Come on.
And bring no fruit to perfection. But they that on the good ground are they which in an honest and good heart having heard the word, keep it.
That's what we want to do. Keep it. Come on.
And bring forth fruit with patience.
With patience. Is that it? Verse 15, that was it? That's all I wanted.
Yeah,
that's all I wanted. Go back to 2 Thessalonians 3. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Read verse 3 and go on down.
Thessalonians 3 and 2?
Yep.
No, it's two verse.
Chapter 2, verse 3.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
So we have already learned that there's a physical falling away, which we did in 70 AD when we fell by the Roman sword, by the Edomite sword. Physically, we fell away, and spiritually, we fall away when we do not receive the word and keep his word. Come on.
And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
The son of destruction. You got to remember these words. Certain words you got to remember throughout the lesson. The son of destruction, or the son of hell. Read Romans 9 real quick. This son of perdition, I want to deal with that. 9 and 13.
Romans 9 and 13 reads.
Watch this, pay attention.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Read.
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness in Yah? Yah forbid.
God forbid. Meaning no, there's no unrighteousness. There's no unrighteousness. Just because he loved Jacob and he hated Esau, he still is unrighteous. There is still no unrighteousness in him, and he's going to tell you why. Come on.
For he saith unto Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yah that showeth mercy. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up.
So what purpose did he raise Pharaoh up? Come on.
That I might show my power in thee.
He's going to show his power through destroying Pharaoh, because Egypt was a world superpower at that time. Egypt was a world superpower at that time. He said, I'm going to raise Pharaoh up just to destroy Pharaoh, to show my power to the rest of the world of who I am. Come on.
And that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Keep going.
Therefore have he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will, he harden. Thou wilt say then unto me, why do he yet find fault? For who has resisted his will?
Come on.
Nay, but, O man, who art thou that replies against Yah?
Come on.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Have you? So the thing that Yah has created, shall that thing say to Yah, Yah, why have you made me wicked? Why you made me like this? No, you can't. He's the potter. He controls the clay. Come on.
Have not the potter power over the clay?
Uh-huh.
Of the same lump, to make one vessel into honor?
So that same lump meaning Jacob and Esau is in the same room. One he made for honor, and the other he made for dishonor. This man I'm going to make a man of righteousness, and this man I'm going to make a man of lawlessness. One is righteous, and one is lawlessness. Out of the same lump, out of the same lump of clay, I'll decide I'm going to make me some pottery, right? I'm going to take one lump of clay, one I'm going to make a saucer with, out of the same lump. I'm going to make a cup with, right? So should the cup say to me, why are you making me a cup? How come you didn't make me a saucer? No. I have the power to do what I want to do with this lump of clay. Right? Come on.
And it reads, what if Yah, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
You're doing what? That's what I wanted to get to. What verse is that? 22?
22.
All right, read verse 22 again.
What if Yah, willing to show his wrath?
Now, you have to pay attention to this. What if Yah willing to show his wrath? Come on.
And to make his power known.
And to make his power known, what did he do?
Endure with much long suffering.
And he enduring with much long suffering, with much time and patience. Come on.
The vessels of wrath.
The vessels of wrath.
Fitted to destruction.
Esau was made the son of perdition just to be destroyed. Esau was made the son of perdition just to be destroyed. It's for a certain outcome. It's for a certain outcome. See, the man of sin is not just one man. That is the mistake a lot of us make. We think we're ready to see Damien somewhere. With 666 in his. What was that? Wasn't his name Damien?
Yeah.
His name was Damien, right? He had sixes in his head or something, right? We think we looking at one man. When he say the man of sin, he's talking about a nation of men. A nation of men who he called wicked and the sons of perdition, fitted for destruction. Was that all 22?
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians, second chapter. 2 Thessalonians, the second chapter. Start at verse 3 again.
2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3.
Read.
Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
That has to happen first, and it did. We did fall away first physically, and now up to date spiritually falling. Come on.
And that man of sin be revealed.
And the man of sin is being revealed against the earth. Come on.
As the son of perdition.
The son of perdition. Verse 4.
Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yah, or that is worshipped, so that he as Yah sitteth in the temple of Yah, showing himself that he is Yah.
This joker right here is a haughty, is a prideful man. Yeah, read it again, but I would read it like this. Who opposes and exalteth himself above all that is called Yah, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of Yah, showing himself that he is Yah. Rick?
2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. Who opposeth himself and exalt himself above all that is called Yah, or that is worshipped, so that he, as Yah, sitteth in the temple of Yah, showing himself that he is Yah.
Showing himself that he is Yah. So how did he do that? Can anybody tell me how this man sets himself up and show you that he's Yah?
How is that possible?
What? Put his own face, put his face in the place of Yah's face, right? And said, look, this is Yah worshiping, right? What's his name? Caesar Borgia. Give me Matthew. Yahweh Shai warned us of this. Give me Matthew 24, start at verse 23. Yahweh Shai warned us of this. Huh? Matthew 24, verse 23.
And it reads, Then, if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ.
What is it? Riz, say it again.
Then, if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ.
He said, hey, Christ is over here, or Messiah is over there. He's over here. He is right here. Come on.
Believe it not.
But don't believe him. Come on.
For there shall rise false Messiah.
There shall what?
Arise false Messiah.
There's going to arise false messiahs. Come on.
And false prophets.
And false prophets. Read.
And shall show great signs and wonders. Insomuch that if it were possible,
come on,
they shall deceive the very elect.
The some elect Israelites are still worshiping the false Messiah. The false Messiah. Old Caesar Borgia himself. You can take a picture. Don't you know them fans that used to have in church? You sitting in the all black church, sweating and hollering. The ushers pass out a fan and Jesus on the fan. It's Caesar Borgia himself. That's your God. You're praying to this God. Yeah. You got the fan. Yes. Yes, the fan. That's how Mr. and Mrs. Christian does. That's how they do. You got another scripture?
Yes. First Maccabees 3
and 48.
First Maccabees 3 and 48. And it reads, And laid open the book of the law,
The Bible.
wherein the heathen have sought to paint the likeness of their images.
And they did. Paint the likeness of their images.
And 49 reads, They brought also the priest's garments, and the first fruits, and the tithes, and the Nazarites they stirred up, who had accomplished their days.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
We 2 Thessalonians again. 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter, and we want to go now to verse 5.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 5. Remember you not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now you know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time.
That he might be revealed in his time. We still talking about the man of sin here, right? All right, come on.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
The mystery of iniquity was even working in Paul's time. It was working then. Who was in power then? Romans was in power then. He said the mystery of iniquity is working right now. It's happening right now. Come on.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let.
Come on.
Until he be taken out of the way.
Until the man of sin is taken out of the way. The subject matter here is the man of sin. He must first be taken out of the way. And then the kingdom is coming. Come on.
And then shall that wicked be revealed.
That who?
That wicked be
A
revealed.
lot of people won't know who the wicked is because I got to, because they want them in their camps and their assemblies and the wicked must first be revealed. You got the devil sitting right next to you. You want to learn to stop playing with these white people.
And then,
What's his name? Dylan Roof. What was his name? That was in there praying in the church with the congregation, and then he looked up and got to shooting everybody. What's his name? Dylan Roof, right?
The white boy.
That's right.
Was like 16 or something.
Yeah, Dylan Roof was his name, right?
I think so.
The AME Church. Yeah. Kill 9 people. That's right. You're gonna learn to stop playing with this devil. His soul ain't right in him. Something wrong with him upstairs. Something wrong with him.
I'm just saying, they ain't for you because they took him to Burger King on the way.
Yeah. They took him to go get something to eat after he
Yeah,
came.
they
Burger
took,
King.
before they
That's
took
right.
him to jail, they took him to get some
They
food.
took him to
wow.
get some fruit. This man ain't right. Something ain't right with this man.
he was hungry from all that shit. Wow.
You just shot 16 people, killed 9 of them, and then you want to go get you a sandwich. Your soul ain't right. Something ain't right with you.
Somebody probably told me.
That's why they can't be in here. Because you're not going to be in this assembly waiting to kill somebody. You're going to be in here.
Came in as a friend, as a sincere friend, and sincere advisor. As soon as we turned our head, took the land, took everything. You know, that's that Deuteronomy 28:31. That's everything good.
The thief.
Yeah.
The thief comes to steal, to kill, and destroy. He steal the land, he killed the people, and destroy the nations. The thief, that's him. Come on.
2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Most High shall consume with the spirit of his mouth,
Come on.
and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
He's going to destroy with the brightness of his coming. Was that verse 10?
No, oh, we're going to 10.
I believe we're going to 9 and 10.
Even him whose coming is after that, is after the working of Satan with all power.
Still in the same context and frame of who we're talking about. Read it again.
Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
His coming is after the working of Satan.
With all power and signs and lying wonders.
And like, well, this man is the devil on earth. The devil incarnate. And we're going to find out and we're going to show through scripture today how he became the devil on earth. And how he became the living incarnate of Satan, representative here in the physical plane on earth.
And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause Yah shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
They should believe a lie. He not down that bad. We need to work together. Come on, it's time out for all of that. We need to work together. Slavery was a long time ago. Make that go. You gonna keep messing with this white man, and he's gonna put your ass to death. Tell you. Crying loud, don't spare not. Damn your feelings. But we got to tell the truth in here. So how did this white man, so-called white man, Esau the white man, this man of sin, son of perdition, how did he get his power? How did he get his power? The Bible tells us, it's clear. Read Revelations 13th chapter. Revelations 13. This, y'all remember these terms: the wicked, the man of sin, the son of perdition, fitted for destruction. Y'all remember these terms? Come on. Oh, verse 1. This is how this man got his power. Come on.
Revelation 13:1 on down. And it reads, And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
He had, now this beast that rose up out of the sea had 7 heads and 10 horns. Come on.
And upon his horns 10 crowns.
10 crowns, 10 kings. Come on.
And upon his heads
Uh-huh.
the name of blasphemy.
Upon his heads the name of blasphemy. So we need to count out 7 powers in the earth that Esau ruled. 7 great powers. So I'll count them for you, and y'all write them down. Okay. All right. So we have Great Britain is a power. Russia is a power. Y'all let me know if I'm moving too fast. Great Britain, Russia, Germany is a power. France is a power. Rome, Italy is a power. Spain is a power. And Greece. So did y'all get that? Mm-hmm. Great Britain, Russia, Germany, France, Rome, Italy, Spain, and Greece are the 7 heads that are on the beast. These are the 7 heads that's on the beast. The 10 horns, they are what's known as NATO. The 10 horns are NATO, and or the common markets, the 10 common markets or European markets. All right. Everybody know what NATO is, right?
Okay.
You don't know what NATO is?
I mean, I might know it.
You ever heard it? Have you ever heard of NATO?
Don't. I think so.
The North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Oh, yeah. Well, is that another word for Nazi?
No.
Oh, because don't they have a different name?
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, that's something totally different.
No, I don't think I'm familiar.
But say it again.
North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
The North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And what they does is they deal with the money. They deal with the money and the military might of these 7 heads. All right. Money. You always saw. You know that money. Money. Right.
Yeah.
All right, those 7 heads are Great Britain, Russia, Germany, France, Rome, Italy, and Spain, and Greece. The 10 horns are the 10 common markets, also known as NATO. All right? Now let's get to verse 2. Let's read verse 2.
And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
So the beast that the prophet seen was like unto a leopard. Read.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear.
So this leopard is Greece. This leopard is Greece. Come on. And the bear is Russia. Read.
I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear.
Russia. Come on.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Great Britain.
And the dragon.
So all these symbols are. Greece symbol is the leopard. Greece symbol is the leopard. Russia symbol is a bear, and Great Britain symbol is a lion. All right? Watch this stuff. Watch this. Read on.
And the dragon gave him his power.
And the dragon, the devil, Satan himself, the spiritual Satan, the spiritual demon, Satan, gave him his power. Come on.
And his seat.
And he gave him his seat.
And great authority.
And gave him his authority to have rulership on earth. He doesn't change his strengths. Satan does not. He tried this once before. Let's see where he tried it before. Give me Matthew 4 and 8.
Matthew 4 and 8 reads, Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain.
This is Yahweh Shai. The devil took Yahweh Shai up to an exceedingly high mountain. Come on.
And showed him all the kingdoms of the world.
He showed him all the kingdoms of the world, past and present. Present and future, not past. I mean present and future. Come on.
And the glory of them.
And the glory of them. Come on.
And said unto him, all these things will I give thee.
I give you the whole world. That's what he tells the Messiah. I give you everything. I give you the whole world. Come on.
If thou wilt fall down and worship me.
If you just worship me. If you fall down and worship me, I give you the whole world and all the kingdoms in it. Come on.
Then said Yahweh Shai unto him, get up out of here, Satan. For it is written, thou shalt worship the Most High Yah, my power,
come on.
and him only shalt thou serve.
Read on.
Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him.
So he tried this once before with our Messiah. I give you power. I give you my seat. But we see here that the beast that came up out of the sea, Hashatan, the dragon, gave him his power and his seat and his authority. Let's go back and read it again. Verse 13 and what verse is that? 2? 13 and 2.
Revelation.
Revelations 13 and 2.
Revelations 13 and verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power.
The dragon gave this beast his power. Come on.
And his seat.
And his seat.
And great authority.
And great authority over the earth. Verse 3.
And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death.
One of the heads were wounded to death. One of the kingdoms out of the ones we just named, out of the 7 kingdoms we just named, was as it was wounded to death. When did that happen? We already know, we read in Thessalonians who was in power. What did you say, brother, when we said who was in power? Rome was in power, right? But Rome fell in 193 AD under Septimius Severus. Rome fell in 193 AD. Oh, but he was wounded. He didn't die. You thought Rome was gone? He came back. Rome came back in power. Come on.
Turkey won over too, right? Turkey. Satan sees in Turkey too.
No.
And all the world wonder after.
What is it?
I was just reading the rest of that verse where it says all
Let me get verse 3. Yep.
Revelation 13 and 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast.
All the world wondered after the beast. All the world wondered after the beast.
And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him?
Who is like the beast? We already identified the 7 heads of the beast, right? We already know that we already identified the 10 common markers being NATO and the common those common markers being NATO, right? So we know who these people is. We identify who is the beast again with the 7 heads? Who is this? Sarah, what's the names again? Great Britain, Russia, Germany, Spain, Rome, Spain and Greece, right? So let's read verse 4 again. With that in mind, let's read verse 4 again.
Revelation 13 and 4. And they worshiped the dragon which gave power unto the beast.
The dragon, Hashatan, gave power to his seat and authority to the beast. Right? Are y'all following? Okay, come on.
And they worshiped the beast, saying.
And they worshiped the beast, saying, what did they say?
Who is like unto the beast?
Who was like this beast right here? Come on.
Who was able to make war with him?
And who can beat him?
Our people say that all the time.
Who can fight him? Who can beat him? But he's living out the prophecy of our father Isaac. Give me Genesis 27 and 38. Genesis 27, start at verse 38.
And it reads, and Esau said unto his father,
Come on.
hast thou but one blessing, my father?
Father, do you have a blessing for me? Do you have one for me? Because Jacob already got down. He gone. Come on.
Bless me,
Bless me.
even me also,
Come on, Father. Bless
O
me.
my father.
Uh-huh.
And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Uh-huh.
And Isaac his father answered and said,
Esau was crying, oh, Daddy, please. Bless me, Jacob. Jacob took my blessing. Ah, he crying. Right? Come on.
behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
Your dwelling, this is what Isaac said to him. Your dwelling gonna be the fatness of the earth, meaning you're gonna live in all the prime places in the world. But the reason you're gonna be able to live in all of these prime places is because of this. Read.
And the dew of the heaven from above.
You're gonna live everywhere the dew falls. There's white folks. They're the smallest nation of people on the planet, but they everywhere on the planet at the same time. Come on.
And by the sword shall thou live.
By what?
And by the sword shall thou live.
What you think that means? By the sword you should live means you're going to be at war. Wherever you go, you're going to take it by force and by war. By your sword you shall live. That's how you're going to get it how you live, with war. You're going to get it how you live, with war. Everywhere you go, you're going to take it by force. Was that all of that? Verse 40? Read on.
And it shall come to pass,
Uh-huh.
when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Come on.
And Esau hated Jacob.
You did what?
He hated Jacob
Come on.
because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
So a lot of people don't understand that Isaac blessed Esau. What did he call it? Read verse 40 again.
And by the sword shalt thou live,
Uh-huh.
and shalt serve thy brother.
Uh-huh.
And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Great.
And Esau hated Jacob
Come on.
because of the blessing.
Because of what?
Because of the blessing
Because of the blessing. Come on.
wherewith his father blessed him.
What did he bless him with?
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
So what did Isaac bless Esau with? With war. The gift of war. The gift of war. That's what he was blessed with. This man know how to fight. Don't see, black folks be like, yeah, them white folks is them scared. The white folks ain't scared. They're not scared. This man is a man of war. They got everything in mass. You don't even know. They be looking like they're living so poor and impoverished. Go on them farmlands and see what kind of weapons they got. Military grade arsenal. They ready for war. They don't play. We play. Shooting like this, guns upside down to the side, trying to be cool while you're shooting, all that kind of stuff. We play. They don't play. No. They got 150 round clip, 20 gauge shotguns and all this kind of stuff. They don't play. Semi-automatic. The boy just got stopped going into Walmart somewhere else. He had all kind of automatic rifles. I met an Edomite one time years ago. Told me he had 75 rifles. 75 guns. I said, what you got 75 guns from? He said, you know. I said, oh yeah, I do know. He ready for war. Yeah, he ready for war.
You know questions for.
And so y'all steady want to give what is that they do? The gun, no questions. They ask the gun amnesty. What is it called?
Stand your ground.
No, they give away
Just bring the guns. And
no questions asked.
Yeah, no questions asked and bring.
Yeah.
Turn me in gun.
See, I ain't bringing you nothing. If I found a bag of guns, I ain't bringing it to you. I ain't bringing it to you for what? Get charged or something? Come on. Where we at? Verse 4. Give me Revelations 13 and 4. Let's read that again.
Revelation 13 and 4. And they worshiped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
All right, the power. When can we say historically? When can we say the white man came into power? The so-called white man came into power on the earth. When can we say that? The Bible tells us. Give me First Maccabees. First Maccabees, the first chapter. Start at the first verse. Because the Bible explicitly explains when white power came about in the earth.
First Maccabees.
That's why they always saying white power, white power. That's why they always say.
First Maccabees.
Huh?
First Maccabees what?
First Maccabees, the first chapter.
And it reads, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, and Macedonian, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians, and Medes, and that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
So he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. So he was the first king who had gathered all the white folks together into one nation. He said, we're going to stop fighting in different little scrimmages, having different little scrimmages and different tribes and things like that. We're going to come together under one unified body. This is white power coming together in the earth. One unified body. Come on.
And made many wars.
They made many wars. They lived by their sword, right? They made many wars. Come on.
And won many strongholds.
And they won many strongholds. Read.
And slew the kings of the earth.
And they killed the dark nations, the kings of the earth. They killed the dark nations. Come on.
And went through to the ends of the earth.
Come on.
And took spoils of many nations.
Read.
Insomuch that the earth was quiet before him.
They had nobody left to fight. They had fought everybody. White man went through fought anybody. I get out your way too. A butt naked, hairy, stinking white man running towards you, screaming. Just came out of the caves. He got bones through his jaws and stuff, running and screaming at you. I get out their way too. All right, let's go.
Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up. Ain't that what that creature called? What's the creature called?
What?
Big hairy,
Neanderthal.
Sasquatch. Yeah, Sasquatch. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Neanderthal, Sasquatch, same thing.
And he running at you.
Eating beef sticks.
Sasquatch running at you.
Sasquatch.
Juniper roots.
Remember the cartoon Captain Caveman?
Yeah, that's him. You know who he is.
And the teenager.
You know who he is.
Sasquatch.
And I want to thank all the Edomites that like Israelite Nation page. I appreciate you like we page. All right.
We're going to get our elders some help.
What verse we on, man?
We are on verse 4. Can you read?
Like and share it all you want.
Can you read verse 4?
Where we at?
Verse 4.
Okay, so keep reading on.
And in First Maccabees, verse 1, continuation, verses 4 on down.
Read.
And he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries, and nations, and kings, who became tributaries unto him.
So Alexander became an emperor. He had kings under him. This is the first time the so-called white man, Esau, came into power. He came into power through military conquest and more. That's how he came into power. He didn't see. White folks like you want you to believe that they all just like to take votes on stuff and stuff like that. See, we all can just get along, take votes. The whole time they be shaking your hand, they got a dagger in their other hand behind their back. They're ready to kill you. This man, I'm telling y'all, I said it before, I said it again. Stop messing with these white folks. You be sitting around you plotting on killing you. Dylan Roof did it. It's proven. All these mass murders. Ain't no Israelite men been doing that. We've been the most oppressed people on the planet. We don't go in Walmart shooting stuff up. Our kids don't go in school shooting the stuff up. When I see a little white kid coming in school with a leather coat on, I'm cautious. It's too warm for that leather jacket, that leather coat. I'm very cautious. See a little Edomite kid coming in, they got on black fingernail polish, gothy black makeup on, and a long leaf leather coat. It's time to get on somewhere. Teach my child that too. You see him, run, get away from that man. That kid don't know what he gonna do. Come on. Sorry, I go off on the tangent sometimes. My fault. Go ahead.
Verse 5 on down to 7. And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them, while he was yet alive.
Come on.
So Alexander reigned 12 years.
It took him 12 years to take over the whole known world. 12 years. He started at 20. He was 32 when he died. A 20-year-old took over the world. A 20-year-old. Come on.
So Alexander reigned 12 years and died. And his servants bare rule, every one in his place.
Come on.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
For many years. Come on.
So did their sons after them, many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
What was multiplied?
Evils were multiplied in the earth.
See, evil wasn't that prevalent in the earth until the white man came. This is the man of sin. The Bible keeps telling you this is the man of sin right here. The man of sin means the man of lawlessness. Anything goes. You see it now. They just dress lawlessness up now. What do you mean they dress it up? Now they want to debate about it on the floor of the Capitol. They call it same-sex marriage. That's lawlessness. Ain't no two men meant to be bumping uglies. That's lawlessness. It's an abomination. Ain't no two women that need to be licking on one another. Lawlessness. Anything goes. Bestiality. That's right thing. Anything goes. Anything goes. Men, what is that? North American, what is it? North American men for marriage for boys or something like that. They want to marry little boys.
Yes, that's right.
They want to marry. They want to make. It's a lot of pedophilia laws coming up. Lawlessness. They want to make it a right to be able to marry a little boy. Generally speaking, Israelite people born and we don't do that. We don't do that stuff. There's a couple of us off like hell. We go off. But generally speaking, we don't do stuff like that. Those are the so-called white crimes. They do stuff like that. Generally. We get crazy sometimes. Lose our mind. Where we at? No. Where we at?
Oh no,
we at 9, verse 9.
Yep. And it reads, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them. many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And there came out of them a wicked group.
What came out of that group?
Antiochus.
What came out of that group? Read again.
Then came out of them a wicked root.
A wicked root came out of them because they're pure wicked. They're pure evil. It's the man is evil. Son of perdition. Son of destruction. Fitted for destruction, the Bible says. Come on.
Antiochus, surname Epiphanes, son of
Epiphanes.
Son of Antiochus, the king who had been an hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Right.
In those days,
That's it. That's all I want. Verse 10. That's all I want. Now, naturally speaking, this is the history of the so-called white man coming into power. But there's also a spiritual side. And by following the prophecies and the signs, we can readily identify exactly this wicked one and who he is. Or whether or not the Bible is speaking about one man or a people. I think we proved already that this is a people, but we're going to go in greater detail that the man of sin is not just one man. It is a nation of people. And we're going to prove that in Scripture. Give me Isaiah 14. We're going to read 21 or 22 verses of that. Or 14, chapter 1. We're going to start at, we can start at verse 1. Yeah, 14 and 1.
1 and 15.
I'm sorry. Chapter 14, verse 1 of Isaiah.
Isaiah 14, Isaiah.
That's right.
14.
Well, I got you there, though. 14 and 1.
Isaiah 14.
Yeah, it did the beginning. What it said now is something else. Is that it? That's not it?
14.
That's it?
Is it?
What? Okay, 14 and 1. Okay.
Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Most High will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Most High for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
The subject matter here is we want to take them captives, who captives we were. So now we got to identify who our captives are. This chapter begins to readily identify who our captives are, and there's certain names that I want to pull out of this chapter for you to identify who these people are. Come on.
They shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Come on.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
So the number one, the scripture here calls them our oppressor. Our oppressors. Read.
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Most High shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve.
And we was made to serve that hard bondage, and we were in fear. Read.
That thou shalt take up the proverb against the king of Babylon.
So number one, in verse 2, called them our oppressors. In verse 4, he is calling our oppressor or our captors the king of Babylon, the king of confusion. Babylon means confusion. The king of confusion. Y'all see that? All right, read on.
That thou shalt take up the proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The master hath broken the staff of the wicked.
What did he call him?
The master.
The master hath done what?
Broken the staff of the wicked.
Of the wicked. Here's again, he's calling him the wicked, the king, the oppressor, the king of Babylon, or the king of confusion, and our captors. Come on.
The master hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
Come on.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Read.
He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hinder it.
Our captors, our oppressor, the king of confusion, and the wicked has ruled the nations in anger, and nobody seemingly be able to stop them. No one can stop them. They're doing their thing. Read.
The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
Read.
Yea, the fir tree rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us.
Read.
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Come on.
It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Come on.
All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?
That's what the nation's going to say to the king of Babylon. Are you become like us? Come on.
Thy pomp is brought down.
Thy pomp is pride. Thy pomp is brought down. Read.
Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven?
How have you fallen from heaven? Heaven in this particular chapter is talking. It's not talking about the heaven above. It's talking about power on earth. Power on earth. Read.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
How have you fallen from your power? What is the name he called him?
O Lucifer.
O Lucifer. The devil incarnate on earth is Esau the wicked, the king of Babylon, our oppressor, and our captors. Lucifer is not the name of Ha-Shaitan running around. Oh, my name is Lucifer. No. Lucifer is that white man on your job. That's Lucifer. You're looking at him. That's Lucifer. Right there. The devil incarnated on earth. The reason why I can say that, because it's going to tell us that this is a man and a nation of people. The further down we read on. Come on.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Come on.
How art thou cut down to the ground?
Come on.
Which did weaken the nations?
You weaken the nations, Lucifer. Come on.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
Which he did. Come on.
I will exalt my throne above the stars.
Which he tried. Come on.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yah.
How did he try to exalt, rise above the heavens? Through what? Through satellites, airplanes. What else? Rockets. What is that shit? What do they call that? Is that called shuttles? What is that in the circle of Earth?
Satellite?
Where the astronauts live in.
Oh, the space station.
Space stations. Just space stations. Come on.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yah.
Come on.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north.
Read it.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
What's this did with planes? Come on.
I will be like the Most High.
Which he think he is. Come on.
Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Read on.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying,
Watch this.
is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Is this the man? You see, it said it went from Lucifer to saying, is this the man? It didn't go from Lucifer to saying, is this the angel? Or is this the spirit? No. It went from Lucifer to saying, is this the man? Because Lucifer is a man. Lucifer is a man on earth. Is this the man that made the earth tremble? How did you make the earth tremble? Through war, conquest, through bombs. Read.
Saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Come on.
that made the world as a wilderness.
Read.
And
Through
destroyed
his nuclear destruction. Come on.
and destroyed the cities thereof.
Read on.
That opened not the house of his prisoners.
Well, how did he not open up the house of the prisoners? Who's his prisoners?
Yeah.
The captives. The captives, the Israelites. He didn't say, you know what, Israelites, I'm just going to let y'all go. And I'm going to give y'all some land over there. And I'm going to give y'all reparations. And y'all can go over there and set y'all kingdom up over there. Did he? No, he's not going to let them prisoners go. He's making too much money with us. Come on.
All the kings of the nations,
What?
even all of them,
Mm-hmm.
lie in glory,
Come on.
every one in his own house.
Read on.
But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch,
Come on.
and as the raiment of those that are slain,
Read on.
thrust through with a sword,
Read on.
that go down to the stones of the pit,
Mhm.
as a carcass trodden under feet.
Read.
Thou shalt not be joined with them in
You're not
burial.
no, you're not going to be joined with the other heathen nations. Read.
Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial,
Mhm.
because thou hast destroyed thy land,
Come on.
and slain thy people.
Come on.
The seed of evildoers
You
shall
are-
never be renowned.
You a seed of evildoer. You rotten from you wicked from the core. This is how you know in verse 21 that this is not the spiritual demon Hashatan that he's talking about. It's talking about a group of people. Verse 21. Come
Isaiah
on.
14 and 21.
Read on.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
Do what?
Prepare slaughter for his
Do
children.
what?
Prepare slaughter for his children.
I didn't never own no slaves, but your daddy did. I never whipped the back of a slave. Your father did. I never had slave ships. Your family did. Read verse 21 again.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
So you got to die for the sins of your fathers. Come on.
Prepare slaughter for his children,
Mhm.
for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise,
Come on.
nor possess the land,
Uh-huh.
nor fill the face of the world with cities.
You'll fill the face of the world with cities. Meaning you got to be utterly and completely cut off. Utterly and completely cut off. I'm telling you. You got to go. This man of sin got to go. We ain't gonna spare no feelings around here. We're gonna cry loud and we're gonna spare not. Tell the truth. But your white friend is the devil. Lucifer incarnated on earth. That's right. We're gonna tell it like it T-I-is. Read Hebrews 12 and 16.
Hebrews 12 and 16 reads, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Verse 17.
For ye know how that afterward when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
Y'all rejected him.
For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
Y'all said, I will not forgive you. Forgiveness is not for you. Esau, you can't repent. Does not forgive. You was made the son of perdition for a purpose. You were made the son of perdition, the son of destruction for a reason. Alright? This is how we know. That's something. This is how we know who the true anti-Messiah is how we discover the number of that man of sin. John 1, 1 John 2 and 18, let's start there. We're gonna discover, we have to discover this man of sin. We have to discover his number. 666. We got to discover, what does that mean?
1 John 2 and 18. Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there more Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time.
We know that we are in the last days. That's what he said. We know we're in the last, because there's more and more Antichrist. That's what brother John is saying here. All right, go drop down to verse 22.
1 John 2, chapter 20, 1 John 2 and 22. Who is a liar but he that denieth that Yahushua Messiah, that Yahushua is the Messiah? He is Antichrist.
He is Antichrist. Come on.
That denieth the Father and the Son.
If you deny the Father and the Son, then you got an anti-Messiah spirit upon you. So our brothers and sisters, our dear brothers and sisters that are non-messianic, you need to come on over now to this truth. To the real truth. To the real truth. All right. Revelation 13 again. We're about to finish this up. Revelation 13 and 9. We already went over the first part of Revelation, right? We're going Revelation 13. We're gonna Revelation start at verse 9, and we're gonna go down. We're gonna finish it out. Start at verse 9, and we're gonna read on down to 18.
Revelation 13, 9 through 18 reads, if any man have an ear, let him hear.
So if you have an ear, the Bible is saying, if any man have an ear, let him hear. If you have an ear, listen and understand what is about to be said here. Because we already know from the beginning of verse 13, of chapter 13, we talked about the beast, who it was, how the beast got his power, right? So when we get to verse 9, it says, if you have an ear, hear this. We read 1 through 4, I think that we did, 1 through 4. But now we're jumping down to verse 9. It says, if you got an ear, hear this. Come on, and understand. Come on.
He that leadeth into captivity.
He that led is talking about that same beast in verse 3 and then verse 4. That same beast. He that led into captivity, we know who led us into captivity. Come on.
Shall go into captivity.
Shall go into captivity. Read on.
He that killeth with the sword.
He that killed us with that sword when we fell, come on.
Must be killed with the sword.
Must be killed with the sword. Read on.
Here's the patience and the faith of the saints.
Of the saints. Verse 11.
That's a good word. You don't do this. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth.
We beheld another beast. This is in addition to the first beast we seen with the 7 heads. In addition to that, he said, I beheld, and lo, I see another beast that's coming. After the 7-headed beast that I see another beast. Read.
And he had 2 horns.
And he had 2 horns, come on.
Like a lamb.
Mm-hmm.
And he spake as a dragon.
Who y'all think this other beast is? Huh? Y'all scared to say it. Y'all scared to say it. This other beast that came after the 7-headed beast. This other beast that came up out of the sea is America. See, another beast that came, and that's America. That beast came out, and it has 2 horns. What you think those 2 horns represent? Christianity and democracy. Christianity and democracy. It's
And what?
The 2-headed beast.
Christianity and what?
Democracy. Come on, yeah, Christianity and democracy. Come on, because wherever they go, they push Christianity and democracy. Wherever America go, they push their policies, their Christianity, their democracy. You understand? Y'all overstand? All right, come on.
And he exercised all power of the first beast before him.
He exercises all the power of the first beast with the 7 heads before him. Come on.
And caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast.
To worship the first beast, meaning his nation. His whole nation. Read.
Whose deadly wound was healed.
Whose deadly wound was healed. Now what beast was wounded? We talked about it earlier in 193 AD. It was wounded to death, right? Rome. But Rome almost was out of there. But it came back after the Dark Ages. It came back with their popes and their religion. It came back. call that what? The Renaissance era. Renaissance means rebirth. That's what Renaissance means, rebirth. They came back into power. Come on.
And he do great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
How do we make fire come down from earth?
Oh, that's a bomb.
That's bomb. So listen, a lot of people thought, especially in the Christian mindset and frame of thought, when I was in the Christian church, we thought it was going to just be one man standing there and said, fire come down, and the fire was going to come down. People's going to be like, oh, why you call down fire from heaven, right? No. That's totally wrong. Totally wrong. This man created the hydrogen bomb, he created the nuclear bomb, he created all these bombs. That is fire falling from heaven. Come on.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth, by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by the sword, and did live.
So what is the image of the beast that had the wound by the sword?
The Pope.
Who was the image?
The Pope.
The Pope. But what image do he use? What image do the Pope? Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia, which is the picture or the world know as Jesus. You can ask any little kid, that's Jesus. Any little kid say that. You understand? Because the image is used to propagate their lies. Their lies. All right, read on.
Jesus.
Read on.
And he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or in their forehead.
We're not going to go into that, but I will at another time. Read on.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Or the number of the beast name. Verse 18, watch this.
Here's wisdom.
Here's wisdom. Listen on. Here's wisdom. Read.
Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast.
Count the number of the beast. Read.
For it is the number of a man.
The beast number is the number of a man.
And his number is 600.
600.
Three score.
6
and 6.
And 6. 6 is the number of the man. 666 is the number of that beast. 666 is the number of the wicked. 666 is the number of the man of sin. 666 is the number of our oppressor. 666 is the number of the king of confusion. 666 is the number of Lucifer. 666 is the number of our oppressor. We must understand what are these 3 6s and why do they number this man? All right, give me Revelations 12 and 17. We're going to go through it real fast. Y'all willing, y'all catch it, all right?
Revelations 12 and 17. And the dragon was wroth.
Revelations chapter 6.
12.
Chapter 6. Start at verse 12.
Revelation 6 and 12.
Come on.
And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal.
When he did what?
Opened the 6th
He
seal.
opened the 6th seal. Come on.
And lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell into the earth.
These are not stars that you see out in the sky. The stars that fell from heaven to the earth are satellites, airplanes, rocket ships, and what did we say it was?
The space station.
Space stations falling down from the earth. Come on, to the earth, rather.
And the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
Read.
And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together.
So when the heaven departs as a scroll, when it's rolled together, what do you think that is? That is a bomb. That is a nuclear blast. That is a bomb. Come on.
And every mountain and island were moved out of their place.
So all of the land mass is going to be shaken and or moved. So everything is going to be touched by this particular bomb. Read.
And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
They're hitting the dens and the rocks of the mountains. So that's your modern day preppers. Your modern day preppers, they went down there and they hid when this bomb happened. Come on. When these bombs happen. Come on.
And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us.
Come on.
And hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne. And from the wrath of the Lamb.
Come on.
For the great day of his wrath is come.
Come on.
And who shall be able to stand?
Jump back up to verse 12. Just read the first part of 12.
Revelation 6 and 12. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal.
Opened the sixth seal, and what happened? War and destruction came upon the earth. The sixth seal being opened is war and destruction. Who is the man of sin? The son of destruction. The son of destruction. That's the sixth seal. All right. Let's go to Revelations 9 and 13. 9 and 13.
And it reads, and the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before Yah, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in a great river Euphrates. And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men.
Will you read your verse 13 again, please?
And the sixth angel sounded.
So we have the sixth seal. Now we have the sixth angel. We had the sixth seal, which became war, which we read and seen there was after it was open was war and destruction, and mayhem. Now we in verse Revelation 9 and 13. And we read the first part again.
And the sixth angel sounded.
Now we have the sixth angel. Now we have the sixth angel. And what happens when he sounds? Come on.
And I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before Yah, saying to the sixth angel,
which
had the trumpet.
The sixth angel had the sixth trumpet. The sixth angel had the sixth trumpet. Come on.
Loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
Come on.
And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, and a day,
come on,
and a month,
come on,
and a year,
come on,
for to slay the third part of men.
A third part of men is going to be killed when the sixth trumpet is blown. Come on.
And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in a vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and iron lacing, and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of the mouths issued fire, and smoke, and brimstone.
Brother John is from a time that is way far. He don't understand what he's looking at, so he's trying to describe it as best he can. He's trying to describe it the best he can. Come on. That smoke come out of there, and that's talking about tanks and rocket launchers and things of that nature. Come on.
By these three was the third part of men killed by the fire.
So a third part of men on earth are going to be killed when the sixth angel blows the sixth trumpet. Read.
And by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouth. For their power is
smoke and brimstone issuing out their mouth is missiles. It's missiles. Come on.
And for their power is in their mouth, and in their tails.
Watch this.
For their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt.
The tails of the serpents that were shooting out had nuclear heads attached to them. And when they shoot out, they did hurt. That's what the prophets see. All right. So we have the sixth seal, which caused destruction. We have the sixth angel who brought forth destruction, and the sixth trumpet who brought forth destruction. They are all signs of the man of sin and his end, his destruction, and his rulership. So there you have it. 666 is the number of the man. Destruction is his number, or perdition, or hell is his number. All right? All right. Read Ezekiel. It's the last scripture. Ezekiel 35:13. Last one. Everybody understood what just happened, right? Okay.
Ezekiel 35, verse 13. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus saith the Most High Yah, where the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. As thou did rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee, thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea.
All of who?
Idumea.
All Idumea. Idumea is the Roman Greco word for Edom. All of Edom. All you Edomites. Come on.
Even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Most High.
And you're going to know that I am God. So hallelujah. Earth is going to rejoice when this man cease to exist. Now I like that. Alright. So I hope today's lesson lifted your understanding and you can glean from the lesson and you have now discovered for those of you who didn't know who the man of sin is and how to identify him in scripture and the number that of his name. Alright, so with that being said, we say enjoy the rest of your Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.